Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with women's tennis coach Erin Ness, women's track and field captain Dana Lee, and women's golfer Mary Frances Hall. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. The men's track and field team claimed its first ODAC outdoor title since 1988, winning 8 events and finishing 44 points clear of second-place Bridgewater at the conference meet here in Lexington. Shep Sims, who placed first in the pole vault, was named Rookie of the Meet, while Brandon Yole earned Coach of the Year honors. Meanwhile, women's track and field won 3 events, including the 3rd straight outdoor pole vault title for Lizzie Stanton on its way to a second-place finish. At the ODAC Golf Championship at Wintergreen, the WNL men and women both came in second overall. Men's lacrosse lost 15-14 on the road to Roanoke, and women's lacrosse eased to a 15-4 victory over Guilford. Baseball split a home doubleheader with Roanoke, winning Game 1 5-4 in 11 innings before dropping a 5-2 decision in the nightcap. And both tennis teams closed out the regular season with victories. The men swept Randolph-Macon, while the women's team scored a 7-2 win over 14th-ranked Johns Hopkins. Joining me in the studio is women's tennis coach Erin Ness. Erin, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
How significant is that victory over Hopkins, especially coming right before the postseason starts?
I think it's a great victory for us in terms of our confidence moving into the postseason. I mean, Johns Hopkins obviously is a very good program, but I think we played well, brought the energy and the focus that we needed, and really dominated the 14th team in the country. And that shows for us what we're capable of doing when we can play our best.
The Generals have played a great schedule, from top 5 teams in D3 like Williams and Emory to an NAIA powerhouse in Georgia Gwinnett. How has your team responded to that level of competition?
I think they rise up to the challenge when we play those types of teams. Each match has been a good barometer for us of where we are at that point in the season. I think Williams, we played well, but not our best. And Emory, we played better. And even Georgia Gwinnett, we played even better to be able to give ourselves a chance against those teams. And so I think for us playing as strong of a schedule as we can is just making us better for the postseason.
WNL will graduate one of the best players in program history in Brooke Donnelly, but the flip side is that you have a very young team. She's the only senior. Your rotation's pretty heavy with first years and sophomores. Big shoes to fill up top, but what are your expectations for the next couple of seasons?
Yes, we're definitely going to miss Brooke and sad to see her graduate, but we're bringing in 3 more freshmen for next year to give us a lot of depth, and I think we have a great foundation laid for us. And to be honest, the next couple years, I see us getting to the Final 8 at the NCAA tournament, vying for top 5 in the country, and potentially competing for national championship.
Getting back to 2017, what are the Generals' goals for this year's postseason?
First and foremost, to win ODACs next week, and then when we get to the NCAA tournament, our goal is to get to the Final 8. And we honestly feel like if we can play our absolute best tennis, there's no one in the country we can't beat.
Erin, thanks for joining us. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
Here with me now is Dana Lee, senior track and field captain from Nashville. Dana, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
WNL placed second at the ODAC Outdoor Championship at home this past weekend. Overall, how did things go for the Generals at the conference meet?
I was really proud of what we were able to accomplish as a team. We had a lot of people coming off injuries. Just for them to show up and to put out their best efforts that day was really inspiring to see. And just, I was proud of all that we were able to do despite the rainy weather. We were able to have a lot of good performances. We had Kenzie Shan break the hammer throw record 3 separate times. Who does that? I mean, she's really incredible. She just joined the team this year, and she's progressed so far. We also dominated the 1500. We had 4 different individuals score. Lily, Sam, Katie, and Julia. They're all incredible distance runners. It's great to see them put out their efforts because we don't get to train with them that often. And then Lizzie, as always, dominates in the pole vault, and we have a great hurdle crew as well. But I'm really proud of my team this weekend to finish out our final season as seniors. I think we all put out our best efforts and couldn't have asked for anything better.
Your career has featured multiple ODAC titles and school records. You've been to 6 different NCAA championship events. On a personal level, what have been the biggest highlights for you?
The highlight has been definitely qualifying for nationals in the long jump. Getting there is just half the battle. It's not always easy to get there. Coach Dana, I have to thank to help me get to that level and to create that level. It's just been a really different experience each time I've been able to go, and I just hope to qualify again for this postseason.
You've been setting records in sprints and jumps, while one of your co-captains, Lizzie Stanton, has been dominating the ODAC in the pole vault. What's it been like to have your careers follow a very similar and very successful arc?
Well, Lizzie and I have been very close friends since the beginning of our career at WNL. It's always exciting to see her dominating the pole vault. She's so dedicated and focused on what she does, so that's why she's been so successful in her event. We just have a similar mentality when it comes to competing. We're always able to confide in one another because we're both jumpers, so we know like the struggles that come with it. But just having her support these last 4 years have been invaluable. And I'm really going to miss her like when we graduate this upcoming year. But just having her as a teammate and a friend has been a lot of fun.
What does the future hold for the W&L track and field program?
I think we really set the tone these past 2 years, especially being so close to winning the indoor title twice the past 2 years. I think the team is on the same page now going forward. We're definitely going to claim that conference title one way or another. We've been so close, and I'm confident the girls that we have staying for the next year and the girls coming in, that we can ultimately do it in the end.
Dana, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on your great career.
Thank you.
I'm joined now by Mary Frances Hall, junior golfer from State Road, North Carolina. Mary Frances, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
W&L just finished second at the ODAC Championship at Wintergreen. You were the individual runner-up as well. How did the Generals perform in the conference tournament?
As a team, we played hard the past couple of days. We faced some very tough, some very harsh conditions, and we put forth maximum effort. Even though with the second place finish, we were a little disappointed. We really wanted that conference title. We can't be too disappointed with ourselves because we know we played our hardest across those 72 holes, we finished strong.
You alluded to the weather. It was not exactly ideal for any kind of outdoor activity. You had a shotgun start on Sunday. You had to battle the elements throughout. How did the Generals deal with those conditions?
Like we were saying, the conditions were very challenging. Across the 4 days, if you include the practice round, we played in nonstop rain, 30 to 40 degree weather. There was one day where we had to play 27 holes, even though a typical golf round is only 18. But I'm very proud of how my team handled it. None of us have ever played in conditions like that before. But we, as a team, we made sure that we just stayed mentally tough. We thought we kept it one hole at a time, one shot at a time, and made sure not to dwell on the fact that we were playing in cold rain for 6 hours. And I definitely think individually our games have matured because of those conditions that we had to play in.
Overall, how has the 2016-17 season gone for W&L?
Both our fall and spring season, we played very well. We went into the conference championship ranked 17th in the nation. Griffin Foltz, Lisa Freed, and I, we were first team all ODAC. Dana Droz was second team all ODAC. Caroline Buckley was third team. Griffin also on the women's side was the rookie of the year. We were actually the only team to have everyone in the starting lineup on a first, second, or third team. So we played strong, the freshmen especially. Their games have improved so much over the course of the year. And I think that'll really help going into next season when we're getting those first years, having them also as very strong mentors as well.
You've been a key part of the W&L golf program since you first set foot on campus. What are your expectations for your senior season next year?
Well, first, I can't even believe that this is going to be my senior season. It feels like just yesterday that I was a freshman. And I know my freshman year, we won the conference title and went on to the national championship. So definitely my goals are for us to be in contention for both of those things again. We're getting 2 new freshmen in the fall season who are very good golfers. Everyone in our starting lineup is coming back. So we're going to have a very deep and a very strong team. And I'm really excited to see how we're going to play.
Mary Frances, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. The regular season wraps up for lacrosse and baseball on Saturday. Men's lacrosse will play host to Randolph-Macon, while women's lacrosse meets Randolph at Watt Field. And baseball will hit the road for an ODAC doubleheader against Emory and Henry. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.